Hey guys, I often get runners coming into the clinic with knee pain and hip pain from running, and when we start looking at the way that they move and their muscle function, we'll often find really big differences between the strength in their right leg and the strength in their left leg, and especially weaknesses in the way that their glutes work. So one glute will be much stronger than the other, and people are often really surprised about this because you don't really feel it with your day-to-day movement. So it's not like you're walking around lopsided. Your body actually adapts to the way that you move, and these muscle imbalances really don't come out until you do really straining exercise. And running is a really big culprit for bringing out these muscle imbalances because it's a very repetitive activity and it's also a very symmetrical activity. You're forced to do the exact same thing with your right and left leg. The problem is if you have one side that is much weaker than the other, the weaker side is going to fatigue quicker and it's going to feel a lot more stress, and it's going to take those impact forces from each landing much harsher than the leg that's stronger. So usually on that weaker side is where we find runners get runner's knee, IT band syndrome, glute tendinopathies. All of those overuse injuries tend to come out more frequently on the weaker side because it fatigues quicker. So what I want to do today is show you 3 quick exercises that you can do at home where you can test if you do have one glute that is much stronger than the other. And then from there, even if you're not injured, it's a really good test to do because from there you can then work on that and improve your strength, and even if you're not injured, it's going to make you a better runner. So these are really great tests for every runner to do. So let's get straight into it. The first exercise is a really simple leg lift. So you're going to lie on your side, make sure that your top hip is stacked on top of your bottom hip and both legs are straight. Then you're slowly going to lift your top leg up away from your bottom leg and then control it back down. Control is really important with this exercise. That is what we are looking for. I don't care if you can lift your leg up and down really quickly. That doesn't show me anything. If you can do this slowly and controlled without wobbling or shaking your leg, that's how we know that you have that strength in your glutes. So you're going to do this 8 really slow reps on one leg, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other leg and compare the 2 sides. If you're somebody that has pretty good strength to begin with, this exercise might feel really easy. So grab a resistance band and do the same thing with the resistance band. So lying on your side, have the band around your ankles, lift your top leg away from your bottom leg and control it back down. Do that for 8 reps, compare it to the other side. Exercise 2 is going to be a bridge control. So you're going to lift up into a bridge and then take one foot off the ground and straighten it. What we're looking for here is that as you lift your leg off the ground, you're not dropping your pelvis. So you keep that straight line in your hips as your leg lifts, and then your leg comes back and just slips straight back into where it came off the ground. If you're doing this exercise and as soon as you lift your leg off the ground and your pelvis drops, so your hips drop or you start to get really wobbly, that's a sign that the glute on your balancing leg, so the leg that's staying on the ground, is struggling to hold you up. So that's a weakness in that glute there. Again, repeat 8 reps on one side and then have a look at the other side. And if you're finding that there's a really big difference in how easily you can control the movement, and if one side is really dropping or you're really struggling a lot more with one side, take note of which side it is that you're struggling with. So which side is harder, and you note the leg that stays on the ground as the one that's weak. The third exercise is definitely the hardest. With this third one, you're standing on one leg and you're going to do a mini squat on one leg. So the movement of this one is really important. So you're going to sit your hips back and down and bend your knee. Make sure that your knee doesn't go too far forward so it's not going in front of your toes. So you're lowering down about halfway down into a squat and then controlling it back up. So again, we're looking at your control with this one. Go as slow as you possibly can, and we are looking for that ability to stay stable and really control the movement when you're going slowly. So make sure that your knees are not collapsing in, make sure that you're lowering your hips back and down. With this exercise in particular, it's great to maybe record yourself and then check your form later on video, but you can also obviously go by feel of this one. So if you are doing this one and you just notice that you really struggle on one side a lot more than the other, that's a sign that that glute, and also with this one, it's testing not just your glute. There's lots of muscles that you're using to do this exercise. Your glutes are a big part of it, which is why we use it for glute instability. But if you find that one side is much harder than the other, that is a sign that your glutes are weak on that side. So I hope you enjoyed a few of those tests. Give them a go, test yourself, and comment your results down below. Thanks for watching.